Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode on the beta world. It's been a little while. Got a little busy and couldn't quite make the time to get onto here. But hopefully that will change. Conveniently, I got done with editing last week's video. At least it will be when you're watching this. Uh, not 2 days ago? Yeah. So, I actually haven't released that one yet. Before I had disappeared, I actually had that one almost completely edited, but couldn't get it out in time. Um, so I didn't have to do a whole lot of work in order to get that finished up. So now I have quite a bit of time to work on this episode, and I think I'm going to utilize that time by really putting in some work on this thing. I, before recording this episode, tried again to get the putting it on a server and having like a camera account so I can do time lapses a little better. I tried. It didn't really work. Um, I mean, it did. I could get them both on here, but uh, the strange multiplayer bugs were rearing their ugly head, so I opted to not do that. Maybe someday I'll find a convenient program that lets me have like a second display with like a free cam or something. But considering the age of this version, the likelihood of that seems low. But either way, I don't want to ramble too much. Although most of what I do in these episodes is rambling. But the first big thing I'm going to work on is this main entrance area. We've got it pretty well kind of done up, at least the entrance itself. But I still need to put the braziers here. And now it's just a matter of actually making the interior. So I'm not sure how I want to do it. I think it's going to end up being going back a little ways and then having a gradual slope downwards um, to, go deeper into the ground. And, I'll do some digging and some laying out and get back to you when that's done. A little bit of a progress update. Um, while I was digging this out, I was, you know, sort of thinking about how I wanted to do the staircase down, because I imagine, you have a staircase, it's just going to go down from the center. There's just going to be one staircase. But currently, it is, of course, two arches. So, what I think I'll do is have this basically take these arch designs and then do like one level of it before I go into here and kind of change it up a bit, because The only issue is it's going to be kind of hard to transition from, you know, 2 to 1. But I think what I'll do is dig this way, and then I'll do the arch as it is here, but where this pillar is, I'll kind of just get rid of it and have it kind of be like it'll like arch and go down a little and then stop. It's there's some sort of design or architectural style that does that, but I can't, of course, remember the name. But that's the plan. I'll carry on my digging and keep you updated with any changes. A little bit of fall damage and some time later, and it's not looking too bad. This is just the first little bit, but I'll probably go this way, another like section of these, and then try and branch it out a little bit. Not quite certain how to describe that, but I guess I don't need to describe it if I just do it. So this is where it gets interesting. I've got this mined out, and of course we're starting to hit the caves, and I've still yet to push it that way. I'm gonna do one of these segments this way and have the staircase go down right down the center, so then there's some area for you to walk around, and I'm gonna do the same on this side. But yes, there's caves. I believe there's a valley over here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But then there's also, I mean, there's not really much else to consider actually, but it's just, this is what we've got. And from the outside, looks quite good, quite imposing actually. Kind of cool, having all the layers. It's quite cool. Ooh. Let's back away from that. Very nice. But yes, this is what I've gotten done. So I imagine I'm gonna have this be, you know, cobblestone paths, so it'll come through here, and I think we'll do like, you know, reverse curves so it meets up right around here, I guess. Or maybe closer to here, but I'll work that out. Either way, I guess I'll get back to it. Again. Well, this area over here is properly mined out. I'm smelting some stone currently, so I can fill in this wall a little bit. I put some dirt here to kind of act as a buffer for this cave, so I know not to dig that stone if I ever go in there. But yes, we have definitely found the valley that I was talking about. This should be an interesting problem to have to solve. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool. I might do something with it, but I don't know what. So This is where the entrance is for the dwarven area. And this valley is over here. And I mean, the terrain around it is relatively... it's relatively smooth. Like, if I really wanted to, I could probably terraform over this and, forget it existed and, do something down there maybe. And theoretically underground, quote unquote. But yeah, I'm not terribly certain. But I mean, it's a nice looking area. It's just kind of unfortunately placed. Maybe I do some sort of maybe I terraform it a little so it's not as obvious that that comes out where it does, and then do some sort of shrine or something here. I'm not certain, but either way, I will carry on my digging ventures and get back to you with another update. Another little progress update. Actually, I completely forget where I had last updated you, but I'll just kind of vaguely show you around. The weird valley is behind here, but it's just kind of covered up with stone. As you can hear, right on the other side is a bunch of sheep and grass. So, the illusion of underground. I'm working on, basically, with this, it's going to be, currently, it's the inverse of this pathway. And I think what I'm going to do is have it, meet up, and then it's going to be 5 wide. And I'm going to have pillars along the along the steps that go down. But these are going to go down. Now it's just a matter of mining out that direction. So, there's more... what's the, square footage? Square blockage? But no, that's all I got right now. Actually, I started to dig this out, and I can show you. It's all just a facade. But you'd never know. But yeah, I'll end up doing something here, but what that is, I don't know. Hey, maybe, if you feel so inclined, could leave a comment if you have any ideas of what to do here. Let's hear them. Around 40 minutes of tedious digging out later, here we are. Nice and expanded. Haven't yet patched that up. I have the stone to do so, but just haven't. I'm thinking I'll probably end up doing this maybe 1 or 2 more times, depending on how quickly this slopes down. Either this will be the last section and I'll go out and then have, complete the outer area and have it, do a full circle around. Or I'll need to go 1 more out and then another one in order to properly complete that. So, however that goes, we shall see. But it's looking quite good already. It's actually not quite accurate to how it's going to look. Oops. That's a little better. Oh, hello. Why were they so damaged? Okay. But yes, that's closer to how it would look. Um, I'm gonna have these ones be, I guess thicker, have like a base to them. However you want to describe that, but they look as they do. I was working on digging out this next section when I realized, considering that the whole key feature of this is the pathway down, it might be a good idea to start that and get like get an idea of how I want to, or not how I want to do it. I know how I want to do it, how far it's gonna go out reasonably. So I figured we would follow the same sort of just slope as this one over here, because we're already following the same curve. So the idea is that as this goes down, it comes and meets in the middle. And then obviously it keeps going downward. So this is what I had in mind. It already comes down quite far, just from starting there. So I kind of figured what I could do is, like, make this a little blocked off area, and then I could, like, make a pathway through here. So then, of course, you can make it through. And I want to obviously make that look better, but I think it's a pretty sound idea. In fact, I can probably, if I take some more slabs, yeah, I mean, that works. Keeps it nice and separate. I'm not going to leave the torch here. I'll eventually find a better spot for it, but for now, that sort of lighting is gonna have to do. Oh, how lovely. It's okay, I need coal anyways, so it's not all bad. Hmm. I shouldn't use dirt. It's all non-renewable and stuff. I guess it would make sense to kind of like leave that as stone and maybe make this cobblestone. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't want to do that either. This way I know not to break that. And clear out this little space up here. Make it 3 blocks tall, give ourselves a little headroom. And then I guess I can just kind of put those there. But then it's a nice little room to walk through, and then you're behind the railing. I think that's kind of cool. I'll probably have to come up with something to actually put on the like stone area here, because it will be just stone, which you know, isn't exactly great. But that's I guess that's a problem for future me to find out or figure out. Considering how deep this is already getting, I don't think it's gonna take many more, if any more, sections that I need to dig that way. If anything, this might be the last one that I'm digging out now. Put those there for now. I don't know. I guess I'll work on this next and update you about that. But this is coming along nicely. It's coming together nicely as well. Looks quite good. I guess the important test is how's it look from out here, too. Still quite cool. The layers going back are very neat. I might do like one more section just to make it so that there's like three um three like open pillared sections here. Not certain yet, but you know, kind of just playing it by feel. Seems to be how most good things come in this game. Anyways, no more rambling. So I was kind of just screwing around, and I found this kind of interesting design. Because, you know, we have the door, but the rest of the wall is like, it's a little bland. So I figured, oh, why not try something? And this looks quite cool. Looks really good on this side, too. So I think that's kind of like the what would you call it? Like the design motif that I'm gonna go with. Is that the right word? Yeah. Yeah, we can go with that. That's the design motif of this build. So this is kind of what I mean with the having it come in and the stairs be 3 wide and it's got like the pillars. So for this one, it's actually, you know what? Yeah, that's how I'll do it. I am gonna do um I am gonna do what I said with having 3 of them, and that's because currently the way it lines up, it's like when you get to the top of it, there's the 1 block spacing to kind of make it look good. And if I were to, of course, place blocks, it would be above here. But if I were to go another layer down, it would lower by a couple blocks. So I think it's 2. Because if that's there, there'd be a hole there and a hole there. No, it's 3. It's 3, yeah. Okay, so it would lower 3 blocks, and then there would be enough room to do the little full design without, having to place blocks. So that's my made-up justification to go back another layer with this design. So I just figured I'd share the change in plans. Or I guess not change, but development in plans. I think to wrap up this episode, I'm going to actually do a time lapse, but I'll do a time lapse of digging out this next section, because it's gotten to be quite a methodical process, and I think that it might actually look pretty cool on when it's sped up. So, my day's looking pretty busy, so I don't actually know if I'll be able to get this out on time. But once again, only time will tell. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy the time lapse. Well, that's embarrassing. This little hole cave thingy at the beginning apparently really screwed me up because my quote-unquote methodical process got completely ruined by it. So But that's okay. We will recover, and the rest of the time lapse will probably look fine, all things considered. Well, I would say that was rather successful. Uh, Despite ending up having another blunder over here on the top side, um, it all turned out fine in the end, and it looks quite good. Um, I'll continue this in the next episode, but I'll also try and work in some other stuff just to kind of keep things interesting for you all. I think that the big long stretch of working on the rail was probably not terribly interesting. So I'll try and spare you from something like that. Uh, but I mean, if I'm wrong about that, feel free to let me know in the comments. If you want to see me just really crank out this dwarven area, let me know. But I don't think that's. I don't think there's anything else I really have for you all. Um, if you are still watching, I appreciate your viewership. If you liked the video, feel free to like it. If you didn't, dislike it. And if you really liked it, feel free to subscribe. Um, Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I wish you the best in your day to day.